What's up, guys? This is John from Team Rhinoki, and I'm bringing you the last video of the preview of the Set 6 Vengeance MPs. This is the last villain one we got. This is Cooler. Obviously Cooler, the familiar face. You're looking at him right now on the screen. This is the brother of Frieza, and this is everything that Frieza probably should have been, but much more. I don't want to say they saved the best for last, but I definitely think that Panini saved the best for the last with this MP of as far as the sets go of what came out in this set. Now we got Broly. Broly's gonna be big, in your face, monstrous hits, and board control. 13 can play of two different ways depending on how you're doing it. Just in blue alone, 13 will be able to play two different ways. Either big hits from him or just tons of hits from the allies. Either way, it's all a preference. But with Cooler, you have a set direction of what you're doing. It's going to be control. It's going to be power. It's everything. And it is going to be consistent. So between him, his stage, his levels, his whole stack, his ally Salza, and his named cards, we get a lot going on with him. So let's start off first with players cannot use a setup as their first action in combat. That right there is going to just kind of jack with some of the decks, not a lot, but like your red Roshis, which probably have just, that would probably hinder them a little bit, or black decks, things that, rely on setups, they can't use that first. By the way, congrats to both red Roshi players that won the Fargo, North Dakota Regional and the Chicago Regional. It was awesome to see that Roshi is consistently winning so far. I mean, I don't know if you'd say 2 is consistent, but that's 2 more than Cell has right now. Then his power, you can discard an energy combat card from your hand to draw a card. If you do, destroy the top card of your opponent's life deck and rejuve 1. Right off the bat, okay, so you get rid of something you may not need to draw a card, hope for the best, and destroy the top card of the life deck, and then you rejuve 1. So, it sets up a lot of synergy, guys, with what's coming up. Let's go over to the level 2, Cooler Transformed. Personally, this is my favorite variant of Cooler. I wish they got the mask in front of him. I think that would have made it just a little bit better as far as looks goes, but I actually like this form that Cooler had. Growing up, this movie was amazing for me, besides the music. Rock music and an anime, I was like, yes! So he's got a constant ability of, after taking damage that was not prevented, raise your anger 1 level. So right there, not truly amazing, but still good. Then we've got power, physical attack, rejuve 2, damage 5 life cards. So right off the bat, we're just getting a very big attack. Hit, you may discard a card from your hand to draw a card. Again, we see something that's going on here. Discarding a card from your hand to draw a card. So he is just continuously cycling out bad cards for the possibility of better cards. Let's go to level 3. We've got Cooler Menace. Here we've got the return of Cooler, I think, from the movie. I don't remember the movie, but it's after the big Getty star took him and made him better. Frieza did it. The whole robot thing. When you reach this level, search your banish zone for a card and rejuve it. That is going to be insane, guys. So basically, when you get to this level, you're just going to search your banish zone for anything. That can be a lot of really overpowered things that banish after use that now you have options for. It's got a constant power as well. After taking damage from an attack, rejuve 1. So again, we're still seeing this rejuve effect. Then energy attacks costing 2 stages. Rejuvenate 3, damage 6 life. So it's a fairly cheap energy attack for 6 life, and you get to rejuve 3. So his graveyard is just constantly rejuving. Then we got Cooler level 4. Now, this is a great MP. His level 4, I am of the opinion that maybe 3 is better than 4, but just because 4 is a one-time use. And again, if it wasn't a one-time use, it would just be ridiculous, because he would just end combat on his terms. So, right off the bat, you may only use this card's non-continuous power once per game. The continuous power, whenever a player gains anger, rejuve 1. power, lower your MP 1 level, rejuvenate 7, and in combat. Just a guaranteed, hey, we're done. And I'm going to rejuve my discard pile. That is nuts, guys. So with his stacks, we're seeing a really common theme here, and that is rejuving. Rejuve 1, rejuve 2, rejuve 3. Then all of a sudden we've got a rejuve 7. If a player gains anger, rejuvenate 1. Especially with your anger build decks. That is going to be tons of rejuving going on. And you'll notice, to me, it almost felt like they're giving him a slight Namekian mechanic that's going to fit into any style he fits in. I think Cooler is going to be one of the most versatile MPs of the new set, in the fact that he is just going to work in all 4 of his possible mastery choices. It doesn't matter if you put him in old, new, black, red, blue, orange. He is going to thrive in all of them, and he is going to shine. I think he's going to be slightly a little bit of a dark horse coming up, but I definitely think that Cooler is going to shine in the future. I think we will see more wins and tops from him than we will the others. I don't think he'll be played as much to start, but once somebody sees it done, everybody's going to realize that this was the better of the choices. And again, I'm saying this, I'm still going to be playing 13. I like ally decks, and I think 13 will be a fun Android ally deck. So let's go on to Cooler's ally. Speaking of allies, we have Salza, the henchman. Ginyu Force knockoff, guys. It's a shame that we didn't get the other 2 members of his little squad. I think that would have made for things a little more interesting, because then you could have a Frieza matchup with the Ginyu Force versus Cooler with his knockoffs. Now, I do think Cooler would win that matchup in a heartbeat, even with Golden Frieza. It wouldn't even be close. But let's start off. If your MP is Cooler, you may use this power regardless of your MP's power stage. So right off the bat, we can do it. He can do his power regardless of anything. Doesn't matter. Continuous effect: whenever you discard a card from your hand during combat, your MP gains 2 stages. Well, you've got a lot of discarding here, and so it's going to be hard to stage lock Cooler, especially since he's going to be leveling up with things like Broly that just say, hey, you level up, lose 5 stages. Oh man, lose 7 stages. All your allies lose 7 stages. None of it to a minimum of 0. So with things like that, being able to just say, hey, alright, your MP gains 2 stages, it'll be harder to stage lock. And then Salza's power: if you have discarded a card from your hand this combat, draw a card. Right there, even better. So it's like, not only, so let's go back to his level 1, guys. What is this? Discard an energy combat card from your hand to draw a card. If you do, destroy the top card of your opponent's life deck. So we go from that, then we go to Salza, and it's like, oh man, now I'm just going to get to draw an extra card for nothing. So you got a +1 from getting rid of it. Get rid of 1 card to get 2, that's a +1. And really, you could look at it as a +2 if you draw 2 better cards than whatever you didn't need. Next up, we've got Cooler's Rebirth. This is the first named card, guys. It's an energy combat card. Endurance 3. That Endurance 3 is going to be really important. This card is discarded from your hand during combat, rejuve it. So it's not didn't even sit in your graveyard. You could just discard this for your level 1 effect. You don't even have to discard actual attack. The power, it's a quick effect. I'm guessing, I don't know what to call that, guys. I'll be honest, I just kind of think of it as a quick effect. Power, used after taking damage from an attack. Rejuvenate 2 styled cards from your banish zone. Place this card on top of your life deck after use. That is nuts, guys, because now you've got a Endurance 3 card sitting on the top of your life deck, and you just rejuve 2 styled cards that were banished. Hello, Black Scouting Maneuver, or anything that just banishes itself in black is going to be insane. Just getting to rejuve it, and then putting this back on top of your deck. Next up, we have Cooler Supernova. This card is in your discard pile. You may rejuvenate it when entering combat to destroy a setup or drill. So basically, even if this is in your graveyard, enter combat, enter on your opponent, rejuve it, pop their Visiting the Past before they even have a chance to activate it. Energy attack costing 3 stages. Damage from the attack can't be prevented. Raise your anger 2 levels. Pardon me, guys. 6 life cards of damage. Now, I'm not a fan of how much it costs to use it. 3 stages is a lot, I think, for 6 life cards, but all the other effects make it definitely worth it. Even if you don't want to use this to attack, just being able to put it in your graveyard and then next combat you know you're going to pop their VTP, or you're going to pop one of their drills, or their Visage, anything. Definitely makes this card great. I cannot wait to see how Cooler does overall, guys. I think he is going to be an amazing MP. I've said it several times with this video. I think he is going to be far better than 13, which makes me sad to see because I thought 13 has tremendous potential to outshine, especially like Broly. But then Cooler shows up and it is just so well balanced. It adds so much longevity, just constantly rejuvenating. I just want to compare it to Namekian. Not exactly like Namekian. I think some of the same things that hurt Namekian will hurt them, such as the Frieza ally and always having all life card damage banished, things like that. There's one that if you discard cards from your hand, they are banished instead of going to the discard pile. Things like that I think will hurt him. No different than, Namekian and stuff like that. As I said, I think it's a slight Namekian mechanic that follows Cooler with other abilities, and he is going to shine in any style you put him in, guys. I personally think Black is going to be his best style, because the control Black brings, Cooler brings something to it. It just doesn't feel like it has. Even with Black Smoothness Drill at 1, when that got hit to 1, I saw several people say, oh, nope, done. Not worth running. Oh, well, apparently it doesn't matter now when you're just constantly adding cards to your hand for hand advantage. So, anyways, guys, this is just a quick look, like I said, at Cooler. This is just my opinions on it. If you disagree, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to have discussions with y'all over it. Or if you agree with me, comment below, like, subscribe, guys. Look forward to more videos. Vengeance drops this week on Friday. One of my local card shops will actually be doing a midnight release for it, so I will be getting cards Thursday. We will be opening boxes on camera. I will probably post a link in a video of mine to the video if I don't put it up myself. So stay tuned for that, guys. Other than that, I am John from Team Rhinoki, and I am signing off.